Give me a return when you can, please.
One-stop shop for top quality products at the lowest prices. We're locally owned and operated with no installers and no middlemen, so you save big. Perfect for DIYers, contractors, and homeowners. Visit a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And we are coming to you live from Bear Down Beach. It is the Big 12 Beach Volleyball Championships this Thursday and Friday here in southern Arizona. An overcast but comfortable day over here at Bear Down Beach. Still plenty of action left here. 82 degrees. Can't beat that with a little bit of cloud cover. It's not sweltering hot out here, but we are getting down to the latter portions of the schedule for today. Your Arizona Wildcats have completed play out here this afternoon. U of A couple of matches. They took on the number 2 seed in their opening match today, Texas Christian University, TCU. The Horned Frogs came out victorious in that match by a score of 4-1. And then the Wildcats, in their second pool play match, faced off against their rivals, the Arizona State Sun Devils, the fourth time this season that U of A has faced ASU, and for the fourth time, the Sun Devils came out on top, although as close a match in terms of the overall score as the Wildcats have had this year so far against the Sun Devils, falling in that match by a score of 4-1. It was tight. We thought it was going to be a 3-2 match. Wildcats had a lead in the third set over on court number 4 before the Sun Devils would rally to take that one. So Sun Devils ranked, obviously, in fact, all of these teams in this tournament ranked in the Big 12. We've kind of talked a little bit about the Big 12 as it relates to beach volleyball and the way that it's set up, where you have 3 what they call affiliate members, schools that are not necessarily traditional members of this conference, but the 6 members, all 6 of the members in this conference ranked in beach volleyball coming into this tournament here this weekend. So the number 2 seed, TCU, beats Arizona. The number 3 seed, Arizona State, beats Arizona today. So the Wildcats will finish the day third in their pool, but it's not done because the way this tournament works, it's day 2. You play pool play on day 1, and then it's single elimination on day number 2. So the Wildcats will play tomorrow, and they will open up play, in fact, at 9 a.m. as the number 3 seed from Pool B. They will play the number 2 seed from Pool A. That is likely to be the South Carolina Gamecocks, one of the affiliated members. So you've got the 3 affiliated members playing in Pool A, Florida State, South Carolina, and Boise State. The Seminoles are the number 1 seed in the tournament, South Carolina number 4, and the Broncos number 5. And then you had the 3 traditional Big 12 members playing in Pool B with the Horned Frogs of TCU, the Sun Devils, and the Wildcats. So how it'll look tomorrow for Arizona, if they are to get through to the championship match, they would have to win, obviously, their single elimination match at 9 a.m. Then they would come back and play again at 11:30 against the number 1 seed from Pool A, and that would likely going to be Florida State. And then if they were somehow able to knock off the 2 best teams or 2 of the best teams in the tournament, they would make the championship match here at 3:30 tomorrow against the team that comes out of the other side of the single elimination bracket, and that would be for the automatic bid to the NCAA Beach Volleyball Tournament. Again, it's a tournament that only takes 16 teams, so it's a very hard bid to get. I've said for a number of years, I mentioned yesterday that they have extended the tournament the last couple of years. I think this is the 3rd year, in fact, that it's a 16-team event. It was a 8-team event for a number of years, and when it was an 8-team event, it was by far the hardest NCAA tournament ticket to get in all of college sports. It's gotten a little easier with 16 teams, but still not easy to get when you talk about how this game has grown across the country and the number of programs that are playing it now and the number of level of teams that you're finding across the country. So that's what happens. That's what awaits your Wildcats. We're going to talk some beach volleyball today. A number of folks are going to join us on the show today. We're going to chat with the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Steve Walker. Steve has been the head coach since the inception of the program, a longtime assistant coach with the indoor program here at the University of Arizona under Dave Rubio. And when beach volleyball was born back in, I believe, the 13-14 year, he was selected to be the head coach of this program and has been so since that time. So we'll get a chance to get caught up and talk with Steve Walker. In fact, first time Steve will be on our program. We haven't had a chance to chat with Steve the last year anyway that we've been out here. Last year was the first year in our cycle back here in radio that we were here during a full season of beach volleyball. So we'll talk to Steve about his team, his club, and where the sport is now, some 12 years after it began here at the University of Arizona. Also scheduled to join us, one of the pairs. Yesterday we talked to the number 1 pair for your Arizona Wildcats, Regan Homer and Carly Cisneros. They went 0-2 today, getting swept in their match against ASU 21-16, 21-19, and losing in 3 sets in their contest against TCU. We talked to them yesterday. We'll talk to the number 2 pair today. Ashlyn Zilliken and Madeline Walker are going to join us, a pair of young ladies who have arrived here in southern Arizona from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And they have known each other for quite some time. So we'll hear a little bit from them about how they ended up here playing at the University of Arizona together. Also, we're going to chat with Stephanie Rondon, who is a member of the beach volleyball program here, but was unable to finish out the season after suffering a 3rd ACL tear. 3rd time in her career here at the University of Arizona that she has torn her ACL. She was the winner of the Inspiration Award earlier this week at the Catsies. The Catsies moving downtown to the Fox Theater this year, an event that's normally held annually here at McHale Center. But they had the dress-up event and moved it downtown and had the red carpet down at the Fox Theater this year. So we'll talk to Stephanie Rondon about her career here at the University of Arizona and the opportunity to win that prestigious award at the Catsies earlier this week. Also, we're going to talk some hockey today. The Utah Mammoth got a win the other night in Game 2 of the first-round Western Conference Stanley Cup playoff series for them against the Vegas Golden Knights. And Jenna Fink, who worked a number of years, she was my replacement at News 4 Tucson when I left to come back here to take over the radio program director's position and talk show host position at Wildcats Radio 1290. Jenna Fink came down from Chico to be the sports anchor at News 4 Tucson. She moved on last winter to Salt Lake City, where she now covers Big 12 teams, including the BYU Cougars, the Utah Utes, as well as the professional teams in Salt Lake City, the Jazz of the NBA, and the Mammoth of the National Hockey League, the former Arizona Coyotes. Jenna Fink was in Las Vegas this week covering the Mammoth for games 1 and 2. She is going to join us on the show today. In fact, coming up in this hour, we'll talk some NHL hockey and get caught up with Jenna Fink in her new position in Salt Lake City. We want to talk to you today. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. I'm out here. Again, we've got J.W. Madden back in studio. J.W., I don't know if you've ever been to Bear Down Beach, but this is definitely one of my favorite venues to come and watch athletics here at the University of Arizona. 5 sand courts it's very, I like to kind of call it, although it's not traditional ivy that like you might see at Wrigley Field, but I kind of like to categorize it because they have trees that align going down Ink Drive, Fred Ink Drive onto Campbell that surround the portion of this facility where the sand courts are located, and then you've got a line of palm trees as well. They're on that Campbell side. It is one of the most picturesque venues that you're going to find here on campus.
Yeah, I remember about 10 years ago, 12 years ago when that venue opened, and I remember going down there around the construction and the first, few months, but I can't even remember the last time I was down there. It must have been like 8 or 9 years ago. Busy here this time of year. But yeah, no, and there's no doubt that, the energy around beach volleyball. I remember when the Olympics hit super huge. What was that, like 3 or 4 Olympics ago where beach volleyball just kind of took over? And obviously remember that venue in Paris by the Eiffel Tower. So super popular and great to have that event for the Big 12 being held down there. It's such a nice place. And as you said, with the traditional Arizona Tucson campus and how the U of A is spread out and how it's set up, just having those sight lines, and it's just such a great place to watch volleyball.
Yeah, no question about that. So here's what's happened thus far today in terms of the pool play. Again, 2 pools, Pool A, Pool B, the affiliate teams in Pool A, the traditional teams in Pool B. Florida State, the number 1 seed in the tournament, opened play today with a 4-1 win over Boise State. Then the Arizona was on the beach second at 10:15. They fell to TCU 4-1. South Carolina knocked off Boise State 4-1. So Boise State and Arizona both going 0-2. They'll have the 3rd seeds in their respective pools. Arizona State knocked off the Wildcats 4-1. And so now we've got right now South Carolina and Florida State. And then the final match of the day will be Arizona State and TCU out here at Bear Down Beach. Arizona State and TCU will be playing for the number 1 seed coming out of this pool here, Pool B. So that's what's happening here in terms of the remainder of the day. We're out here, of course, until 6 o'clock with you, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We've also got Arizona baseball playing tonight over at High Corbett Field, game 1 of a 3-game series with BYU. That is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series coming up, obviously, because BYU does not play athletics on Sunday. So
it's not allowed to rain, right? Like Thursday, Friday, or Saturday of a BYU series, it can't rain at all.
It cannot rain. No, you cannot. That rain is not allowed when you're playing BYU because you don't have that flexibility for sure to try to reschedule that. Unless you're going to move it up, they'd have to move. Unless there's rain in the forecast for Sunday, which I do not think that there is, and then they would have to reschedule, like we've seen obviously happen with the softball and baseball series a couple weeks ago with the Wildcats baseball series, where they had to bump up the Sunday game to Saturday because of expected inclement weather. But I don't.
It's that time of year, DK.
I do not think that we are expecting any bad weather at all. So there you go.
Maybe not here, but in a lot of other Big 12 schools, areas, this time of year.
Carly and Reagan, thank you for coming on the show yesterday. We appreciated the chance to chat with the two of you. Carly Cisneros and Reagan Homer walking by as they exit, getting a little scout in here for whatever their match is going to be for tomorrow. That's we'll hear a little bit about that. We'll see if Madeline and Ashlyn were over there scouting their opponents for tomorrow as well. DK on the Sports Tip coming to you live from Bear Down Beach. It is the Big 12 Beach Volleyball tournament. Again, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. The Wildcat ladies wearing their Lock It In shirts as they have been hanging out and watching pool play continue here today at the beach volleyball tournament. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk some hockey again. Jenna Fink is going to join us, former sports anchor here in Tucson at News 4 Tucson, KVOA, and now works over at KUTV in Salt Lake City. She was in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena, getting a chance to see the Mammoth win a Stanley Cup, play an actual real non-COVID Stanley Cup game for the first time in 14 years. We'll get Jenna's thoughts on that coming up straight ahead. DK on the Sports Tip. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
For the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have a crash on the I-10 westbound on the right shoulder near Congress Street near milepost 258. Try to avoid that lane if you can. Meanwhile, incident with property damage over at West Orange Grove Road and North Oracle Road. All directions grinding to stop, particularly east and westbound Orange Grove at this time. Meanwhile, for your weather, we're looking at 83 degrees. Going to stay that way for some time before we start getting our cool down and out of the 80s here after 6 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball, the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries, the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Grabbed by Del Orso, who drives the baseline and slams it home.
He did what?
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains April 24th through the 27th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
For windows and doors that combine style, performance, and efficiency, come to the Window Depot. We carry a large selection of Milgard windows and patio doors, with many options in stock and available today. Choose from a variety of colors, styles, and energy-efficient designs that can help improve comfort while adding value to your home. From new builds to window replacements, our team can help you find the right Milgard products for your unique project. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
It's Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet, and supplier pricing is going on right now. That means huge savings on some of our most popular vehicles. Get up to $12,475 off the 2026 Silverado LD, up to $7,500 off the 2025 Blazer EV, and up to $2,500 off the 2026 Traverse. Truck Month is happening now, so don't miss out. Find us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly
Chevrolet.
Softball and baseball season has arrived in Tucson, and tickets are on sale now. From the greatest setting in softball at Hillenbrand Stadium to the dingers into the Tucson sunset at High Corbett, you won't want to miss any of the action this season. Tell a friend, bring the kids, and spend your evenings at the yard, as the Wildcats are sure to put on a show. Get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/tickets. Bear down.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you read the books and let you watch sports. Knicks-Hawks game 3 tonight as the series shifts to Atlanta, and I like the Knicks to bounce back in this one. New York had a 14-point lead last game heading into the fourth quarter before they collapsed, but they've controlled most of the first two games. Knicks have shot better from the field, from three, and they've out-rebounded the Hawks in this series by a heavy margin. Plus, the Knicks only lost back-to-back games once all of last postseason. Knicks are a 1-point favorite. I think they get the job done tonight. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
8 seconds to go. In behind the net. Back out high. Fanning on it. Another shot. Clear to the corner. Out of the zone. Utah's going to win. That's it. And off the bench in a 1-1 series tie. And the Utah Mammoth, terrific here tonight. And they now have home ice advantage.
Back in Salt Lake City for game number 3 coming up on Friday night. Mammoth, the former Coyotes, getting that elusive playoff win, the non-COVID year playoff win that escaped this franchise for over 14 years. Let's talk a little Utah Mammoth hockey with a young lady who spent some time here in Tucson on your television screen and is now in Salt Lake City at KUTV Action News. Jenna Fink from News 4 Tucson joins us on the program. Jenna, welcome back to the Tucson airwaves.
Thank you, DK. Thanks for having me on.
So you were in Las Vegas for games 1 and 2. Describe the excitement, obviously second year for this team in Salt Lake City and in the playoffs for the first time under the Utah moniker, but for the franchise overall and the guys that have been, toiling to try to get to this point, first time in 14 years, really, outside of the COVID 2020 season, when they were in that extended round, that this franchise is back playing in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So what's it been like for the franchise as a whole to finally be back in the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Yeah, there is a lot of excitement around Salt Lake City right now. Playoff hockey coming to Utah for the first time ever tomorrow night. But even since they clinched a playoff spot a couple of weeks ago, you can just kind of feel a buzz around the city. And even down in Las Vegas, when I was down there was a lot of Utah fans who made the trip down because they wanted to make sure they could witness history, the first Utah Mammoth playoff game ever. A lot of excitement from the fans, and then within the team as well. That was something that Andre Tourney had talked a lot about, was just kind of the path, the rebuild path, the relocation, and now getting to play in the playoffs once again. So a lot of excitement from the head coach and also those players who have kind of been on that journey as well.
Now, you obviously did some work covering the Roadrunners when you were here. Do the players remember you? The guys that are playing there now, do any of them remember you from Tucson?
I haven't asked them. I probably should have. I should have asked them. But there are a lot of. I don't want to make it awkward, right? If they don't remember me. But there are a lot of players who I remember covering on the Roadrunners, like Kyler Yamamoto, Michael Cartoni, Dylan Gunther, who scored his first playoff goal in Game 2.
Yeah.
So that was it's kind of cool to watch them. You know, they were all such strong skaters with the Roadrunners, and it's fun to see them now getting the run that they do with the Mammoths and being key parts, you know, especially they're all key parts, but Gunther especially has really taken a step.
Logan Cooley also getting a couple of goals, getting his first playoff goal in Game 1, following that up with the game winner in Game 2. What's kind of been his progression now as one of the younger players on this team?
It's funny. Someone asked after the Game 2, Andre Tourney, just about the goals that he has scored and what makes his game so successful in a playoff hockey setting. And Bear was just like, this is not surprising. We see this every day. You know, we've watched his progression over the last couple of years. And he just basically wasn't surprised because he's been consistently developing his game, and he's so quick, so skilled in front of the net, and just, you know, he wasn't surprised by these 2 goals. And he even talked about how he thinks that his game just kind of fits within playoff hockey, the physicality that comes with it. He thinks he's really been able to elevate his game, and it's been on full display in the first 2 games.
Yeah, youngest U.S.-born player in NHL history to score in each of his first 2 playoff games for Logan Cooley, and he got set up on just a beautiful run by Dylan Gunther on that goal the other night. I was like, man, that guy can skate fast. He got out on that break, got ahead of the pack, and was able to get the shot on goal. And then Logan was able to clean it up for the go-ahead strike there. Dylan Gunther, obviously we saw him play down here. I mean, he has become the face of that franchise in just a short period of time.
He has, and he scored 40 goals in the regular season, a huge milestone for him. And then is now continuing to take a step forward in this first goal. And it's funny that you brought up the stat from Logan Cooley about scoring, the youngest American-born player to score the back-to-back goals in the playoffs. He passed Clayton Keller,
wow,
who was the youngest before that, his teammate. So it's kind of a funny stat. It just shows you the youth of this team, just so skilled, so quick, and so young.
We're chatting with Jenna Fink, former sports anchor at KVOA News 4 Tucson, now up in Salt Lake City at KUTV. Action News up there, Channel 2. First of all, Jenna, how did this whole thing come together for you? Had you been looking for a move, and why was Salt Lake City the right play? The right next step for you?
Salt Lake City has been great. I mean, I love my time in Tucson. And this opportunity came about, and I've been loving it so far. It's been a great team here that we're working with, and getting to cover pro sports, and we'll get to cover some more Big 12, of course, BYU and Utah. So we'll be seeing some more Arizona come football season. But no, it's been a great time up here so far. I'm enjoying it.
I gotta believe, though, Jenna, you were a little disappointed that you missed out on the Final Four.
I was watching from afar. I was watching from afar. It was really cool to see the run of the Wildcats and all of the success and, you know, fan excitement that came with it. Because, you know, I mean, in covering it, it's fun to see the teams do well, and for the community, it was such a big deal. So I was watching from afar.
Jenna Fink joining us, former News 4 Tucson, KVOA sports anchor, now up in Salt Lake City. I want to ask you about Bill Armstrong. Obviously, you know, he's been with this Mammoth franchise, kind of leading the way on this thing. One of the things we had talked about just for years is let alone will this team get back to the playoffs and how soon they'll do it, but when would they ever win 40 games? You know, because they come so close a couple times, but could never get over that plateau. Did Bill and company think that this was the year that finally all the pieces would come together and they would maybe have a team that one could win 40 games? I know we were talking to Adrian Denny a few weeks ago, and he had said that 95 points is kind of the goal that Bill always talks about. If you can get to 95 points, you're in a really good spot. Was there an early feeling that they had the club that could at least get to some of those goals and get back to the postseason?
I'm not sure how early, maybe in this season, they were thinking that, just because I kind of my transition here to Salt Lake was kind of almost
middle,
the midway point of the season, I would say. So I'm not sure what the beginning of the season, I guess, feelings and sentiments were. But something they've talked about since clinching postseason, clinching a spot in the playoffs, was kind of this 5-6 year rebuild. And that kind of lines up with, the beginning of that, bringing when they brought in Andre Tourigny and started kind of making these moves and bringing in these skilled guys and developing some of their younger talent. And it sounds like that kind of aligns with what they were saying, this 5-6 year rebuild. But you can tell this is a team that has a lot of confidence. Even before they had clinched the spot, they felt really good that this was the year, and this kind of was the expectation for them, was to try to get to this point. That was kind of the sentiment in the few weeks leading up to the end of the regular season, was that they expect to be in the playoffs. This is what they want. And then we've seen that now kind of come to fruition, and they're still confident, going into Game 3 tomorrow night.
All right, Kate, Jenna, did the Jazz tank this year?
Well, they got to keep their top 8 picks, so that's all you can say about that. They won the coin flip with Sacramento. They keep their pick. They cannot give it to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
There you go. They got to get some pieces around our guy Lowry. We were talking on the show yesterday. It's like we were at a sports trading card shop yesterday, and so we were pulling some NBA cards, and I kept pulling all these Utah Jazz, and I'm thinking, well, they got all these good young players. You got to figure eventually they're going to start to win some games up there.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Lowry was actually at Game 2. I don't know if you saw. He was in Las Vegas for Game 2 cheering on the Mammoths. But he and Keontae George, there's, a lot of young talent. They brought in Jaren Jackson Jr. They have Ace Bailey. A lot of, like you said, a lot of key pieces that they've kind of built and brought together. And then, see who they get in the NBA draft. And then it seems like, the feeling around this team for next year is, okay, let's take a step forward now and see what we can do. That's kind of what their expectations are. And it'll be fun to watch because, it seems like they'll be a better team next year.
Are you ready? The Mammoth are going to host the outdoor game next year. Are you ready for that?
That's going to be exciting. They announced that only a few weeks after I got here. So that's going to be a really fun game. I haven't been to one of those outdoor games yet, so it's going to be really cool to get to cover that.
Jenna Fink, obviously.
I think they're hoping for a little bit more snow than what they got this year.
Jenna Fink, obviously a longtime ice skater as well. More ice up there. Are you keeping your skills sharp? Have you done the on-ice story yet that we saw down here with the Roadrunners?
I have. There are a lot more rinks up here in Salt Lake City, so I'm getting some practice in, dusting off the skates a little bit. I did do a story, not with hockey, but Salt Lake City hosted the U.S. Synchronized Skating Championships, and I did synchro for a long time. So I was able to get on the ice with one of the Utah teams competing, so that was a lot of fun.
There you go. And obviously you're covering 2 Big 12 teams now up there with Utah and BYU. How does you're in Salt Lake City. Is the coverage kind of even? Do you cover Utah more because they're obviously right there? How does that work in your new position?
We split it up pretty well. We'll see, once we get to a real football season with full football season, but with spring camp, we were doing both. The nice thing is BYU starts really early, their spring camp, and then Utah is a little bit later, so it was kind of staggered. So we were able to give a good amount of coverage to both. But yeah, they're rivals. There's a lot of people, who are either side. So it's fun. It's kind of like, Territorial Cup. It'll be fun to cover one of the Holy War games.
And I know the BYU basketball fans were very happy to hear that Robert Wright is not going anywhere for next year. That was a good re-get for them out of the transfer portal.
Yep, he's staying, and then A.J. DeBonsa just declared for the NBA draft today.
No surprise there. No surprise there. I'm sure the Jazz
Nope,
are
not
hoping
at
they
all.
get that ping pong ball so they can keep him right there in Salt Lake City. Hey, Jenna, appreciate you taking a moment to join us. Game 3 coming up on Friday night. The home ice advantage back in favor of the Utah Mammoth. We'll keep an eye on this thing and see if they can win a playoff series, and maybe they can catch fire like the Philadelphia Flyers have and get an upset here in the first round.
Yep, we'll see. It'll be exciting here. I know there's going to be a lot going on outside of the Delta Center tomorrow leading up to Game 3. A lot of fan events, which will be fun.
There you go. Jenna, don't be a stranger down here in Tucson.
Sounds good.
Jenna Fink, ex-sports anchor at News 4 Tucson, now up at KUTV in Salt Lake City. Check out all of her work. We appreciate her jumping on to talk some Utah Mammoth and Big 12 athletics coming from up that way. All right, much more coming up for you straight ahead. We are out here at the Big 12 Beach Volleyball Tournament. None of the Utah teams are here because none of the Utah teams play beach volleyball. No Utes, no BYU. Right now we're looking at TCU and ASU playing for the number 1 seed in Pool B for action tomorrow. Dragon Ball is in for cricket. He'll join us a little bit later to tell you what's going. Wait, no, today is Thursday. That's tomorrow. So he'll tell you tomorrow what's happening here in Southern Arizona this week. And I'm a day ahead of myself here today. But right now he's going to tell you and get you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruisin' Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Another incident with unknown injuries at Orange Grove, this time at East Orange Grove and North 1st Avenue. North and southbound 1st, seeing a lot of backup here right now. Meanwhile, a reminder that both directions of Euclid Avenue, south of Speedway Boulevard, experiencing some curb lane restrictions through the end of May due to pedestrian bike cross construction. Your weather, again, sitting at 83 degrees. Will stay that way till we start cooling down here at 5 o'clock. I'm Dragon with Wildcats Radio 1290.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. And My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Plumbers, today will be a good day. You will be profitable. Your clients will be nice. No one will stand over you and tell you how to fix the thing they actually hired you to fix. You will also feel at peace after switching to Progressive, America's #1 commercial auto insurer. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 commercial auto insurer from the NAIC's 2024 network.
In Tucson, Cool Willie's knows desert dust, dirt, and debris are the #1 AC killers when the heat hits.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Back out here at Bear Down Beach, it is the Big 12 Beach Volleyball Championships here in Tucson. Day one of action. Wildcats have completed their play for the day. Pool play on day number one here. A couple of matches against TCU and ASU. Unfortunately, Wildcats came up on losing ends on both of those. Pleased to be joined right now by the head coach of the Arizona Wildcats since the inception of the beach volleyball program. Here's Steve Walker joining us now. And Steve, appreciate you taking some time out. It's been a tough year against ASU, but this was as competitive as you guys had been against them this year. What did you like, maybe just about the way that the Wildcats brought it today?
Yeah, if you really go back and look at all the scores against ASU this year, literally every single duel has looked just like this one. And we are literally splitting hairs. If I'm being truthful, they have a heck of a lot more experience across the board than our team does right now.
Right.
And in critical moments, it's just showing up, David. And it's a hard lesson to be learned, but when your team is relatively new, I mean, 60 to 70% of our lineup is new this year. We had Carly join us mid-year, and we've had just one of the best regular seasons that in the history of the program, and we're just having a little bit of trouble closing out teams that are ranked in the top 12, top 10. But a little bit of that is to be expected, if you ask me. But we do have some significant wins this year against really highly ranked teams. We just got to put the finishing touches on it, and that's what we discussed afterward. And the hope is, it's a 2-day event. We are not done in this by any stretch. I think we played some of our best ball of the season today.
Yeah.
We just didn't finish out against TCU and ASU, but a lot to be thankful for, a lot to be positive about heading into day two. And this team's been just resilient from the very beginning. And I expect us to come out tomorrow and play really, really well. We have all year at home, and I think it showed today. We just came up a little bit short on the scoreboard.
So what does that take? Because you obviously you won four of the first sets in this most recent match here against ASU, but like you mentioned, just not be able to close that out. You got the one sweep on court 3. What's missing right now? Is it just an experience thing, or is there more to it than that?
Just patience, David. And this really stems from not only experience in these competitions, but what these student athletes do in the off season, and what you're seeing, what you will always see. The teams that win in Gulf Shores, those players just have a vast amount and have the hundreds and hundreds of hours of experience and in critical moments and in live situations. This year for us, it's been a little bit of a reboot. The last couple of years, we've been more injured than we ever have, and we still put together some really, really good seasons. This year, as you can see, the conference is elite. No other conference can say all the teams participating in their conference championship are ranked.
Right.
And so, we take great pride in that. And the team's upset by it. So we're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to do our very best to put the finishing touches on some of these close sets. And really, it's just trying not to rush to a finish. And I don't really know how else to explain it. We just got to be patient in those moments and put the finishing touches on the game.
You mentioned, obviously, it's a very young roster. It looks like a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen up and down this roster. I think I counted 22. This is one of the bigger rosters I think I've ever seen.
Since the COVID year. And then, but hey, who doesn't want to come to Arizona and play beach volleyball?
Right.
I mean, what a great deal. You get to be around a great guy like me every day. I love the culture. It's always been a welcoming environment. Every player on our team, top to bottom, young, old, has just been. I'm blessed to work with them on a daily basis. It's a great group. Not only are we doing really, really well on the court, but we just won the team academic award at the CATSE.
Yeah.
So highest team GPA, doing a heck of a lot of winning on here on the courts, and we're thankful for Tucson for coming out. What an awesome environment! What a great event this has been thus far.
Steve Walker joining us, head coach of your Arizona Wildcats. You mentioned your number one pair we had on the show yesterday, Reagan Homer, Carly Cisneros. Carly coming over from the indoor side. We don't see that as much now as we did when this program first started.
Yeah, and you've been with me since we started this, and we've been around one another since we started this. I feel like we're on the third version of the sport, and I can't believe how good it is and how quickly it got good.
Yeah.
And now players that are never even stepping foot on the hardwood. Back in the beginning, we were recruiting against indoor programs for players. Now we have some some players on our team that have never even played indoor volleyball.
Right.
It's hard to believe. So on the grassroots level, it's really expanded, gotten good. Carly is someone that I knew I'd never seen her play on the juniors level beach, but I have plenty of, as we always do, I have friends in the region where she's from, Kansas City, and they all told me if I'm able to get Carly out in the sand, she's going to make our team a heck of a lot better. And boy, were they right! And it's been great having her. She's so calm, she's so steady, and just it's wonderful to have her on our team. And her and Reagan have really struck a good chord and have played some good volleyball for us in the ones position, which is really, really hard to do. If you're playing ones now in this sport, I mean, you're a semi-pro level player.
Yeah. Reagan said yesterday that you kind of put them together at the last minute. She wasn't sure who her partner was going to be. You had told her it was somebody else, and then it was Carly. What went into the dynamic of how you kind of finaled that out?
Yeah, heck, who I thought would be with Reagan from the very beginning hasn't been with us this spring. And Kate Phillips has been a redshirt, someone who's played in the ones position for us, is an all Pac-12, all Big 12 performer. Had a redshirt, but she'll be back full strength next year, and thankfully she'll be back with us. So that left a gaping hole, and we needed someone to step in and fill that. We had a little bit of partner roulette in practice, and right before the scrimmage we landed on this, and it just found a rhythm. Sometimes it just works out that way.
We're chatting with Steve Walker. He is the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats. Steve, obviously you got some wins today. Got one win in each match. Let's talk about some of those folks that were able to get that done for you today. In that opening match today, it looks like you got the win. I think it was from the number 2.
Yeah. Madeline and Ashlyn.
And Ashlyn. Tell me a little bit about that pair there.
Yeah, I think friends since they were out of the womb.
Wow, okay.
So they friends and teammates, and played in the same juniors club. And anytime, and they're both from the Dallas area,
right?
And so anytime we get around, we play a team from Texas. You can rest assured that they're going to be inspired to play some good ball. They're so steady. I worked with them in the threes last year. They were it's called the Top Flight Award winner. Won over 75% of their matches last year, and moved up the pecking order into the twos, and are right around that winning percentage again. So just exceedingly consistent, and you know exactly what you're going to get from Ashlyn and Madeline. You will never see them out of a match. They're always in it. They're super consistent, and that's how they come every day to practice. So I can always count on them. When I go to bed at night, I'm not worried about Ashlyn and Madeline, that's for sure.
Megan O'Mara and Adri Neves Papaleo in the second match got a sweep.
Yeah, Megan and Adriana, again, we almost about a third through the year, we put them together. You do this long enough, you see matching skill sets and how that might marry together. Skill sets and how they might marry together. And Megan is a senior now and is playing her best volleyball. Both of them are seniors, of course. But Megan is able to brought some stability to that pair number. That one was a little bit volatile for us. Stephanie was with us and unfortunately had the injury and had to retire. We tried a couple others in that position, and Megan really solidified that 3 spot for us. And they've put together a really, really good back half of the season. And so I'm not surprised they went out and got a win today against a really good ASU pair.
You mentioned Stephanie. She got an award the other night too for most inspirational. What she meant to this program?
Just everything. I've played this sport since the 80s. I don't still play, but I started playing in the 80s. Been coaching it, for decades now. I've never seen that injury, and to see it 3 times with one young lady.
Wow.
God has different plans for Stephanie, but she continues to be just a source of inspiration for the players. You're not going to meet a finer young person, and who knows, maybe one day she'll be back here working for me on the coaching staff. She's that good, and that kind of person you want to be around on a daily basis. She's just the sweetest young lady, and anything good that happens to Steph, she deserves it to happen.
There you go. Well, Steve, like you mentioned, back tomorrow. You guys will be the 3 seed out of this pool here, so still an opportunity to play your way through to get that automatic bid.
Yeah, it's like you got to be the big game hunter. They don't hand out awards on the first day of a 2-day event. So we'll be back. We'll be ready to rock and roll, and Tucson ought to come out. This is just an incredible event, and the level of competition is so good. Just a fun environment and a wonderful sport that we have on display here.
Yeah, and this Big 12 you mentioned, it's different. We got teams from Florida and South Carolina that aren't traditional Big 12 teams.
Yeah, the affiliate members, you know,
Yeah.
and then, but credit to the NCAA. I mean, getting this thing launched all those years ago, and then to see where it is now, and just a continued mass effort to push
DK, you want
this
me to come
sport
back to you
forward.
live or not?
And who would have thought? Who would have thought we'd be here in 2026 doing this as a living and as a sport that these young women can play and go out and perform and put themselves out here on a stage like this. So pretty neat. Feel pretty blessed. Always have to have this opportunity and just want to keep it rolling.
Steve, we appreciate you taking
My
some
pleasure.
time. Best of luck tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, David.
Steve Walk.
From the Cruise & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together, sponsored by Cruise & Associates. We do have those I-10 ramp closures at westbound I-10 Irvington on and off ramps, both still closed. This traffic can utilize the new on-ramp to allow drivers access westbound I-10 at Alvernon, and the westbound I-10 Ajo Way on-ramp is still closed as well. For your weather, again, still sitting at 83 degrees tonight, dropping all the way down to 72 when we get to 9 p.m. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather
In
Together.
Tucson, people believe in hard work and standing by their neighbors. At Cruise & Associates, we believe in doing the same for our clients. If a serious accident leaves you or your loved one injured, we're here to help. Call 520-567-8000. Cruise & Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters. You're close to your journey's end. You're winning half the battle, and then it happens. A rattle. You got this. Just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains April 24th through the 27th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Breaking news for your home. Way Day. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Way Day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Way Day. Shop Wayfair's Way Day from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Wildcat fans, it's time to renew your season tickets. Renewals are now live for Arizona football, men's and women's basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Not a season ticket holder? Well, now's your chance to become one, as new season tickets are also on sale. Visit ArizonaWildcats.com/renew or call 520-621-CATS. That's 621-2287 to renew or buy new season tickets. And remember, the deadline to renew is May 1st. Bear down.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is here and we've already experienced hot weather. Is your air conditioner ready for the long hot summer? For the month of April, Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing will be offering a $99 home wellness plan for all new customers. This includes your spring maintenance, fall maintenance, and a plumbing maintenance. All now, 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Has your son or daughter changed and you don't know why? Spending hours scrolling, withdrawing, struggling with anxiety, depression, or worse. If your child began using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, or YouTube before age 18 and now spends hours a day unable to stop, you're not alone. For some families, excessive use during the teen years has been linked to serious mental health conditions, including eating disorders, severe depression, self-harm, suicidal thoughts, or suicide. If your child has been diagnosed by a licensed professional or required therapy, medication, or hospitalization, you may be entitled to a cash payout. Call 800-885-2900. That's 800-885-2900. 800-885-2900. Or visit mykidsclaim.com. mykidsclaim.com. That's mykidsclaim.com.
Because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Shh, here it comes. Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction, and the drilling is only during business hours. It's so loud.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor. It's plaster from your ceiling.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
At Kohl's, spring style starts with the season's best shoe sale and continues with 15% off the rest of your looks. But with great outfits from Kohl's, what happens next is unexpected. Strangers ask where you shop. The breeze feels like it's blowing just for you. Your kids post for photos willingly. Yep, great spring outfits can do that kind of thing. Find yours at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offers end April 26th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tuned to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And we're coming to you live from Bear Down Beach. It is the Big 12 Beach Volleyball Tournament here in Tucson. First time this event has been held here in Southern Arizona. All 6 of the league's programs, a 2-day event here at the University of Arizona. Teams competing in pool play on this opening day of the event, and that'll set up action tomorrow in a single elimination format. So everybody guaranteed at least 3 matches here this week, 2 today and at least 1 tomorrow. And if you're lucky, you could play as many as 3 tomorrow and get 5 out of this tournament as the teams compete for the automatic bid. Arizona State, TCU, the full-time members of the Big 12 who are here. We have affiliate programs from Boise State, Florida State, South Carolina. The Horned Frogs are the defending the defending Big 12 champions, and they won the NCAA championship last year. So they are the defending NCAA champions, are TCU. Florida State is the top seed at this event. 29-2 was their overall record this season. They are 4th nationally in the AVCAA Collegiate Beach Poll. The Seminoles lead the nationally ranked field. All 6 of the teams here this week are ranked in the top 20. Florida State, we mentioned, at number 4. TCU at number 9. ASU at number 12. Boise State is ranked 18th. Arizona comes in ranked 20th. The Wildcats, the 6th seed in this event here today. And they lost both of their games in pool play, falling to TCU 4-1, also losing to Arizona State by a score of 4-1. The Wildcats have played their rivals, the Sun Devils, 4 times this season, losing, unfortunately, all 4 of those matches. They fell in the initial encounter of the year at the Cactus Classic here on Bear Down Beach, losing at the time number 9 Arizona State 5-0. Then the 2 teams played at the Sun Devil Classic a week later. The Sun Devils were ranked 8. That was a little bit of a closer tally. It was also a Big 12 match as they won that by a count of 3-2. They then faced the Sun Devils again at the Big 12 preview. That was down in Dallas, and that was a match that they lost 5-0. Sun Devils were the 11th ranked team in the country at that time. And then today, Sun Devils came in ranked 12th overall, and they win it today by a count of 4-1. So in terms of the Territorial Cup Series, the Sun Devils had already won the point by virtue, because you don't know that the 2 teams were going to play in this event here today. They had 3 scheduled matches this year, and the Sun Devils won all 3 of those, so they had already wrapped up the Territorial Cup point. If the Wildcats had even won here today, that would not have changed anything on that end. Territorial Cup Series currently 10.5 to 7.5 in favor of the Wildcats. Wildcats need to get to 12. There is a Territorial Cup point being handed out this weekend. It's the Big 12 Women's Golf Tournament is taking place, and so the ladies from both the Sun Devils, the Wildcats, as well as the rest of the Big 12, everyone is down this weekend in Dallas, Texas, at the Dallas Athletic Club, and they are playing that. In fact, that match or that tournament, the Big 12 Women's Golf Tournament, got underway today. Everybody is in the clubhouse, and this is how things look. Houston is the leader at 3 under par. Only 2 schools finished the day at 3 under par. Houston at 3 under, UCF at 1 under, so they are 1-2. Iowa State +5, along with Oklahoma State +5. Both those teams are tied for 3rd. Now, in terms of the Territorial Cup Series, the team that finishes best at the Big 12 golf tournament between the Sun Devils and the Wildcats is the team that gets the point. Arizona State today +6 over par. They're currently tied for 5th. The Wildcats +16 and tied for 11th currently of the 16 teams competing in the Big 12 Women's Golf Tournament. So the Wildcats 10 shots right now behind the Sun Devils, with some work to do in rounds 2 and 3 if they want to try and make that up. The Wildcats are not expected, were not expected going in to win the Territorial Cup Series point, as Arizona State is ranked nationally at number 22 overall. The Wildcats are ranked number 29, so the Sun Devils a higher ranked team, and they were the squad expected to take that Territorial Cup Series point in women's golf, and off to doing so with a 10-shot advantage over your Wildcats down in Dallas. Arizona baseball will be playing tonight as well. The Wildcats opening up a 3-game series with BYU. Owen Kremkowski on the bunt. Wildcats hoping to get some more of that fabulous starting pitching they've been getting the last couple of weeks and potentially get some offense to go along with that. Speaking of baseball, let's update you on what's going on with your Arizona Diamondbacks.
Diamondback download.
Baseball time. Okay, all right. Things pretty good last night after the the Diamondbacks lost the opener of their series to the White Sox. Merrill Kelly giving up 4 in the first and 3 in the second, I should say, to put the Diamondbacks in a quick 7-0 hole in a game that they would eventually lose big in on Tuesday night. Things got off to a bad start again as the White Sox got a couple of runs in the first inning to take a quick lead last night, but then the red-hot Eldemaro Vargas quickly began to turn things back in Snake favor.
So 16 games to start this year for Vargas. He's hit in every one. Vargas gives it a ride. It's on its way. Eldemaro Vargas will not be stopped.
So Eldemaro Vargas, who had homered in his last at-bat on Tuesday night, homers in his first at-bat last night. That was a 3-run shot to give the Diamondbacks a 3-2 lead. 1 inning later, he would come up again with a runner on base.
Strike one to Eldemaro, who hit the 3-run homer in the second off Anthony Kay, his 4th this year. And he's bidding for one more. Vargas gives it a ride. Way back to the wall. And there it goes. Eldemaro Vargas. His second home run tonight. He has now homered in 3 consecutive at-bats.
How about Eldemaro Vargas for your Arizona Diamondbacks? A couple of home runs last night, and the D-backs would go on to win the game by a score of 11-7. Just the second time in Vargas's 10-year big league career that he had hit 2 home runs in a single game. And he wasn't the only one going deep last night.
Arenado gets into one. Way back to left field. And there it goes.
Nolan Arenado with a big fly. 4 hits last night, 3 runs batted in. How about this? The D-backs had 3 triples. You know they are known for that with a guy like Corbin Carroll in the lineup. 3 triples, 3 home runs. Just the 3rd time in franchise history that the Diamondbacks had 3 home runs and 3 triples in a single game. 11-7 the final. Eldemaro Vargas so hot, I had to add him to my fantasy team. I had almost added him last week. I wish I had, because I could have taken advantage of all these home runs that he's hit in the last 3 days. But better late than never. I needed another second baseman because I'm not happy with my second baseman. But better late than never, because he's on fire right now. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs in the series total. Eldemaro after the game on his recent hot swinging bat.
Era muy especial para mí contribuir a ganar el equipo, muy contento por todo lo que está pasando tanto a mí como al equipo y mira, dándole las gracias a Dios primeramente y esto solamente apenas comienza.
Super happy that he's able to contribute with the team and especially with the team wins. He's super excited about what's going on with the team in general, and he's super thankful to God for the opportunity and the hot streak.
Yeah, and after the last 2 games prior to that, in which the pitching staff had put the Diamondbacks in such a huge hole, and down 2-0 in last night's game, Torey Lovullo happy that Vargy could get the team righted in a positive direction.
The 3-run home run just immediately gave the team energy, gave the dugout energy, and just got us realigned. And that was a really good moment for him personally, and then for the team, where we just were kind of in a little bit of a slumber. So, he follows it up with another 2-run home run, and we just kept tacking on. Nolan with 4 hits, on base 5 times. We had several guys: Perdomo with 3 hits, Marte with 2 hits, Carroll with a ton of slug and multiple hits as well. So it's just a really good day all the way around offensively. That's who we are. That's what we're capable of doing. And it was nice to see us get back into that rhythm.
Diamondback download.
Baseball talk. Unfortunately, it did not carry over to today's game. Well, actually, it did in terms of the pitching. It was a 1-1 game today until the 9th inning, and Paul Sewald imploded in this one, allowing 3 runs, 2 walks, a hit, giving up a 3-run homer in the 9th to Andrew Benintendi, and the White Sox get out of Phoenix with a series win. They take today's contest 4-1. Michael Sirocco continues to pitch well, 5 innings, did allow 7 hits in the outing, but only 1 earned run on, and struck out 6, but no offense today. And the Diamondbacks have now lost 3 of their last 4 games. All right, let's chat with Dragon Ball, who joins us now on the program. He's the 3rd member of our team today. If Dragon Ball, I don't have my graphic, but I'll just you know what that graphic is.
Oh yeah, it's a
Penguins in trouble.
Yep. I'm aghast to see what the results have been. It's not been close. That's the worst part. If it were close, I would kind of be like, all right, a couple bounces going Flyers' way. No, it's been full dominance by Philadelphia. The one saving grace is that a 3-0 series victory comeback is a much more prevalent in hockey than it is in any of the other sports.
Yeah.
But I don't know, based on how this team has performed, if this Penguins team can do what the Flyers did about a decade ago against the Bruins coming back from a 3-0 hole. I don't think that's happening. That probably series ends on Saturday.
Well, we'll see. 3-0 down. Flyers win last night in Game 3, 5-2. Joint jumping there in South Philly as the Flyers come home. Stars get another win. They go on the road and beat Minnesota. That was there's nothing better than multi-overtime games in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Let me correct you. There's nothing better than multi-overtime games in the Stanley Cup playoffs when your team wins it. The stadium in Minnesota, you could hear the pin drop the minute that puck went in. I feel for those fans in Minnesota who stayed for double overtime only to see their series go back to tipping in the favor of the Stars. Oof, that was a brutal one to give up.
Yeah, 4-3 final there. Stars win. Ducks knock off the Oilers. That series is even. Tonight on the hockey side, Sabres and Bruins playing Game 3. That series tied. Hurricanes and Senators in Ottawa. Carolina up in that series 2-0. Avalanche, as expected, the best team in the league, up 2-0, winning both their home games down in Los Angeles for Game 3 against the Kings. The Kings, they haven't been very good recently either, have they?
Listen, there's going to be a big discussion, I would imagine, the next CBA for the NHL because the overtime point system that we've had, there's a lot of teams in here that probably shouldn't be in the postseason because of the overtime point. For those that don't know, you get 2 points for victories, but you get 1 point if the game goes to overtime. There was a point in the season where the Kings had more overtime. They had 22 regulation wins and 20 overtime losses.
Yeah.
And they still make it in the postseason. So I'd imagine there's got to be a discussion about how much the overtime, just getting to it, is going to matter for standings moving forward. I'd imagine it has to change.
They had 20 overtime losses this season. That's the most in the league.
They had more than a few.
Well, Can we get back to an important conversation? Was that a technical or not?
No, absolutely not. That was not a technical foul, and it also wasn't an offensive foul. That was an offensive foul on Booker.
Are we talking about Devin Booker now?
Well, he's a Suns fan, so I'm asking Dragon Ball his Suns fan opinion on last night's game.
I go from being mad about the Penguins game, and then I go to being mad about the Suns game, except I'm mad for 2 different reasons. One, my team's just not performing. The other one, I need to understand what the definition of an irregular move is when it comes to offensive foul.
Follow up, you've been a fan of Devin Booker for 11 years now.
Yes.
What did you think? I mean, we haven't played it yet on the show. We've been super busy. Obviously, DK out at volleyball today, beach volleyball, Big 12 tournament. But those thoughts after, he's never said anything like that before.
No, never said anything like that. But also, here's the thing. I've been a fan for Devin Booker for 11 years. I've seen him make that same move at 4 feet from the basket to kiss it off the glass. That's never been an offensive foul. So I need to know because the referee made a very specific call saying it was an irregular motion.
All right.
I don't know what that irregular motion is. That there's an explanation. There needs to be a definition. I need to know what that meant.
Let's come back to that. We'll come back to that when Dragon Ball returns in the 5 o'clock hour when we get into what happened with the Suns last night at Oklahoma City. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We are going to chat with the number 2 pair coming up next for your Arizona Beach Volleyball team. They were one of the pairs that got a win here today. Ashlyn Zillikin, she's a blocker, 6'2", out of McKinney, Texas, and her partner, Madeline Walker, a 5'9" sophomore from Dallas, Texas. A couple of Texas young ladies will join us on the show coming up next. Dragon Ball getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
Well, from the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together, sponsored by Bet365. We have another incident with property damage, this one over at West Linda Vista Boulevard and North Thornydale Road. This is out by Mountain View High School, so if you're seeing any slowing there, particularly on Linda Vista, that's what you're potentially going into. Also, we have a hazard causing a big backup at the intersection of North Latroia Boulevard and West River Road, particularly River, seeing a lot of backup east and westbound. For your weather, still at 83. We're going to be there for a while before eventually getting to 72 degrees tonight at 9. Tomorrow's high is going to be 88 degrees. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Biggie Deals. Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie Deals. At $4, $6, and $8, pick one of the new Biggie Deals you're craving. For a pretty Biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats!
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Why do I spend so much time educating our youth about financial wellness? I have seen the fire ignite inside of young adults when I show them how the power of compound investing can change their futures. This is Natalie Fernandez at Meridian Wealth Management, and I'm committed to affecting change with our youth. An idea for all of you listening today, gift a Roth IRA contribution for the holidays or birthdays for your kids and grandkids. Contact our office at 520-719-1433 for guidance and details. The change begins with us.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, that was our exit. We're going to miss the first pitch.
Just got to make a stop at Fry's. I promised I'd bring nachos.
Nice. You have the Upside app too, right?
Upside? What's that?
Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy groceries. And they just added Fry's stores in the Tucson, Sierra Vista area.
Wait, I can get money back just for buying groceries?
Yep. And right now you can get an extra $10 bonus on your first Fry's trip with the app. That's up to $25 cash back on one grocery run.
Even this Fry's store right here?
Yes. Now pull over. Let's get some cash back on those nachos.
Upside is now available for Fry's stores in the Tucson, Sierra Vista area. Download the free Upside app and use promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase at Fry's. That's promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code AZ3.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Big 12 Beach Volleyball Tournament out here at Bear Down Beach. Matches have been happening all day long. Started at 9 a.m. this morning. Arizona Wildcats played a pair of matches today against TCU and ASU. Horned Frogs knocked off the Wildcats 4-1. Same account in the afternoon affair as well, with the Sun Devils taking it by a score of 4-1. Let's talk to a couple of the young ladies that competed out here today. We're joined by Madeline Walker. She is a sophomore from Dallas, Texas, and Ashlyn Zilkin from McKinney, Texas. I would imagine that's Dallas area as well.
Yes.
Now, I think Steve told me that you all have been playing together pretty much since birth. Is that correct?
That's what it feels like, yeah. Since probably the first time we both stepped out and started playing beach.
Okay, so how long have you all known each other?
I think we were friends when we were 12, and just every, her recruiting year, because she got recruited first.
I'm just going to raise that a little bit more. So there we go.
Thank you. She got recruited here first, and then we've just played together so much. And so I think our chemistry is something that we've known each other for so long, and I think that really translates well on the court.
Okay, so now obviously we're here in Arizona. We have high school volleyball, beach volleyball here. Do you all have it down in Texas as well?
Not in high school. We had to go and play club for that. So we did it off of our indoor club. Mad Frog started a beach club, Mad Sand. And that's where we started playing. So we both transitioned from indoor to beach.
So you were in the same club, and so you're going through this process now. Did you all know? Was it the plan? Was I want to play in college, and where's that going to be? And did y'all look at schools together? And how did all that transpire that both of y'all ended up here in Tucson?
I think Ashlyn had committed here first,
Okay.
and so it was definitely always on my radar. And I think Steve does such a great job. All the coaches do such a great job with recruiting. And from my official with Ashlyn, I took it with Ashlyn, and I was like, I really want to be here. And so we didn't necessarily plan to go to the same school, but it kind of all worked out, and we just feel so lucky that we still get to play together.
Okay, so Ashlyn, you're a year older, so
Yes.
you got here first, and so
Yes.
what was the report you gave back to Madeline while she was going through her senior year?
It was fun to be able to talk to her and kind of let her know what it's like just practices in college and the way competing is a little bit different versus juniors, because we both know what it's like to go out in juniors and play 5 games a day versus now we're coming out, we're playing maybe 1 or 2 games a day, but the intensity is so much higher. And it was fun to just kind of talk to her about that and get to see her step into that.
We're chatting with Madeline Walker and Ashlyn Zilkin. They got out of the first match with the 1 win, a 3-set affair against TCU. I'll start with you, Madeline. What went right in that opening morning match for you guys?
I think we just came out of the gate just being super aggressive. We talked a lot last weekend about just coming out of the gate, really strong communication, and I think we did a really good job just being super vocal and hitting all of our shots. We ran a lot of different offenses to keep TCU on their toes, and credit to them, they were a phenomenal team, so it was really fun to just compete really hard and get the win.
How did you break it down, Madeline? I'm sorry, Ashlyn.
I mean, we know that a lot of it comes down to us and how we're playing. We try not to focus so much on the other team and more on our own performance. And we had talked about we play our best when we're communicating and when we're very high energy. So we talked about coming out and within that first side switch, just being like so fired up, almost to the point of it being a little annoying.
And then a three-setter against ASU. I know Steve talked about one of the things is, I mean, you guys won 4 of the first sets, but cannot have had trouble closing out. What does that take to close out and win a match like that when you have an advantage early?
I think just like if we're up by 4, trying to be up by 6, that's something that we talk about a lot with our mentality is like the game's never over, and ASU did a really nice job of coming back in that second set and just setting the tone. And I think that our communication definitely could have it like faltered a little bit in the second set. So just definitely picking up our communication and like intensity level was something that we'll definitely take into tomorrow from today's game.
I guess from that standpoint, Ashlyn, how do you feel? Disappointed with the outcome of today? Home, obviously home sand here, but not able to get in win in pool play.
Yeah, I'm definitely disappointed because like we know who we are as a team and we know like that we can handle teams like that. So like we knew it came down to us and like maybe a lack of energy that we can push a little bit harder. But yeah, it's late in the season. We know our identity, so we just know to come back tomorrow and play our game and get back to that flow that we were in the first game against TCU.
All right, so what's kind of the rest and recovery phase now? You're done today to get ready for tomorrow.
Definitely some ice and just getting treatment. That's the first thing. Playing 2-3 setters. We just cold tubbed, and I think just a really good meal, watching film for tomorrow and scouting this next game, and just knowing we know what we need to do for tomorrow. So just really mentally prepping as well as doing everything physically with our bodies.
You mentioned scouting, so will you go over and watch your comparable? I think you guys play mostly 2s.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll go over and watch the other 2?
Yeah. We're expecting to play South Carolina tomorrow. We'll have to see how these last matches go. So we're just going to try to give ourselves a little bit of a head start and go see how their pairs are looking today and hopefully get a little bit of a scouting report on them before tomorrow.
We're going to talk to Stephanie Rondon here coming up as well. She won the Cathy Award earlier this week. What's that meant for you all to see her have that honor with everything that she's had to go through here?
I think Steph is the most resilient person we know, and so that award, like, it just means so much to us every day. Even when she was injured, like, she would give it her all in rehab and in weights, and she's like one of the loudest people on the team, even though she doesn't play. And I think like having her on the team has been just such like a positive impact for all of the girls, and her leadership is something that is so special to everybody. So that award meant a lot.
Yeah, and being able to see her actually like the process that she went through, like we saw the ins and out of it. We saw like her bad days, her good days. She struggled to get back in, and she did every single time. So I think that I know that award meant a lot to her, and it meant a lot for us too to see her like get voted on that by her peers and like be recognized for that.
Did you have fun? Did you guys have nice dresses for the event the other night?
Yeah, we did. Got to dress up, get out of the sunglasses.
There you go. Well, ladies, continued success. Obviously back out here tomorrow with a chance to potentially get that bid to the NCAA tournament. Best of luck, and we look forward to seeing the two of you continue on, maybe to eventually being the number one pair here in a couple of years, and we can finish out this play together since we were babies kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Madeline Walker, Ashlyn Zilkin, Arizona Beach Volleyball. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. All right, that was Madeline and Ashlyn. Again, we are out here at the Beach Volleyball Tournament, Big 12 Beach Volleyball Tournament. 520-848-1290 is the number if you'd like to get in on the program. If you were out here earlier today and got a chance to watch the Wildcats or any of these other teams that are out here, the 5 other teams that are competing in this event. We are looking forward to day number 2. The Wildcats, although they did not get a win today, still have an opportunity to come out tomorrow and get a bid to the NCAA tournament. They'll just have to go the difficult way and potentially have to face the best team in this event, Florida State, tomorrow. That would be in the semifinals if they could get past the number 2 seed in the in Pool A. The Wildcats were in Pool B today. They finished 0-2, so they're the 3rd seed in Pool B. Boise State, the other on the other side of the is the third seed in Pool A. And as play begins to wrap up here today, we'll get the finishing of the other seeds and be able to give you an indication of how things are going to play out here tomorrow as the Wildcats look to try to get back to the postseason. It's again, I mentioned earlier, this beach volleyball is probably one of the more difficult postseasons to make. It has gotten a little bit easier with the addition of another 8 teams and a 16-team field, but still programs have gotten better across the board, so it's still a very difficult. There was a time when essentially you had USC, UCLA, and those 2 teams continue to be 2 of the best teams in the country, but they were the best teams in the West, and so they were always going to be in the tournament. And so essentially there was about a 7, 8, 9-year period where the Wildcats were playing for one spot. You had about 3-4 teams in the West that were playing for that other spot in the West, because when it was just 8 teams, they would often take 4 teams from the West, 4 teams from the East. So really, 2 of those 4 spots were always going to go to USC and UCLA. And then I think there was another team that, I forget which the other team was pretty strong at the time. And so essentially there were a lot of years where it came down that Arizona was playing for one spot to try to get into the postseason. It has broadened a little bit with the addition of the other 8 teams, but still not an easy tournament to make. And as a result, tough for the Wildcats to get those coveted Directors' Cup points that you like to get for making it into NCAA tournaments and NCAA championships. So a chance to potentially get that done here tomorrow for the University of Arizona. Again, don't forget we've got Arizona baseball coming up tonight. You're going to hear that game right here on Wildcats Radio 1290, starting as soon as we're done in an hour and a half. Brian Jeffries will be over at High Corbett Field, game 1 of a 3-game series for the Wildcats against the BYU Cougars. Arizona right now coming into the weekend tied with Texas Tech for the 12th spot, that coveted 12th spot. The top 12 teams in the Big 12 will have a chance to come out here to Arizona and play in Surprise at the Big 12 baseball tournament, which is coming up at the end of the month of May. So the Wildcats are trying to put themselves in a position where they can get one of those spots and potentially have an opportunity to win a short series. Arizona pitcher Smith Bailey, the Big 12 Pitcher of the Week this past week, will be out doing our show from High Corbett Field tomorrow ahead of Game 2 of the series. Smith Bailey is scheduled to join us on the program, so we'll get a chance to chat with Smith about his 15 strikeout performance the other night against the Kansas State Wildcats in the series that the Wildcats unfortunately did not win that game, losing 11-1, despite the fact he had that phenomenal performance, one of the best performances in school history.
Ask the question people want to know, which is what it's like to sit there after striking out 15 and watch guys hit home runs.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll definitely ask him that. I'm sure it was not.
That's so rough. I mean,
not a whole lot of fun.
What's beyond a quality start, DK?
I don't know if you can. Yeah, a no-hitter, a perfect game.
I mean, like, you quantify a quality start as 6 innings or more, right?
6 innings, yeah, 6 innings, no runs, less than 3 runs, 3 runs or less.
So yeah, he did all those things and struck out 15. So that's like that's a quality start plus.
Right, exactly. Just phenomenal performance by Smith Bailey. All right, DK on the Sports Tip coming to you live from Bear Down Beach. Dragon Ball getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s. He's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together, sponsored by Bet365. Again, we got the I-10 Keynote Irvington work still ongoing with Country Club Road under the I-10. That's still closed for the year for widening work. It'll be back open again in the summer of 2026. Meanwhile, northbound and southbound Palo Verde Road between Irvington and I-10 has lane restrictions in place. That'll stay in through April 2026. For your weather, currently sitting at 82 degrees. That cool down's finally coming.
Turn it on
getting down to about 80 degrees by 6. I'm dragging through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by by Summit Racing Equipment.
It's Car Care Month, and Summit Racing has what you need for bumper-to-bumper care. Revive the interior, exterior, underhood, and more. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends May 3rd, 2026.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Shh, here it comes. Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction, and the drilling is only during business hours. It's so loud.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor. It's plaster from your ceiling.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
At Kohl's, spring style starts with the season's best shoe sale and continues with 15% off the rest of your looks. But with great outfits from Kohl's, what happens next is unexpected. Strangers ask where you shop. The breeze feels like it's blowing just for you. Your kids post for photos willingly. Yep, great spring outfits can do that kind of thing. Find yours at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offers end April 26th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
Oh my gosh.
Jay on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we're coming to you live from Bear Down Beach here. It is the Big 12 Beach Volleyball Championships. Day 1 coming to a conclusion. We'll have the final standings for you as we line things up for Day 2 tomorrow here. Your Arizona Wildcats, we do know that they will be on the beach first tomorrow to open things up here at 9 a.m. as they're going to need to win a bunch of games to try to get, 2 matches to get into the championship, which will be at 3:30 here tomorrow afternoon. The great Santini checks in, watching the show on the YouTube channel today. He says, Coach Steve Walker, representing Newport Harbor High School, the Mighty Tars. Give them hell, Coach. That's from the great Santini, Newport Harbor. I know that down in Orange County. What do the football guys call it? Juice County. Down in Juice County there, Newport Harbor High School. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. All right, last night or yesterday, we had a bunch of people weigh in on whether or not we should take the Suns and the 17.5 points in their Game 2 yesterday against the Oklahoma City Thunder. J-Dub and I said no, we're going to take the Thunder and lay the points, but Dragon Ball liked the play. Mia liked the play. We had George Maurice. He liked the play. Max from over at Showtime Cards, he liked the Suns.
Max was
plus
offended.
17. Yeah, he was offended.
He thought Suns by 17. That's what he thought.
So we had to flip. So we ended up with the majority ruled. So we took the Suns and the 17.5 points, and fortunate we did. The Suns didn't win, but they came close last night.
Crashes into the defender, gets the basket. Night 1 against the Kings. They were down big and came back. He was a big part of that culture change as he hangs and scores. He's got 30. Booker gets to the paint, hangs, knocks it down on a foul. A 3-point chance for Booker. Mitchell for 3. Big hit by A.J. Mitchell out of the timeout. That pushes the lead back to 13. There's 1 second left, so the Thunder have to inbound the ball. Chet Holmgren, brilliant defensive performance, a handful of blocks.
Yeah, the Suns were down 23 points at the end of 3 quarters last night, so it looked like that was going to be an easy cover for the Thunder, but they showed themselves. They showed some fight in that fourth quarter and were able to slice it down to 13, 120-107. The final. The Suns lose to the Thunder, but we had the Suns and the 17.5 points, so we did at least last night turn our fortunes around because we had not been winning too many of these plays. We did win thanks to the majority rule last night with the Suns and the 17.5 points.
It was just fourth quarter, DK, because they got outscored. The Suns got outscored by 15 in the third, and then they turned that around and outscored the Thunder by 10 in the fourth. So really late push there. It looked for a moment like the Suns could actually, get it within 2-3 possessions down the stretch. OKC called a timeout. Shea hit a shot. They hit a 3, stretched it out a little bit more. Just a little bit too much of an early lead for them to overcome. But there's no doubt that Jordan Knott's guys showed a lot of fight down the stretch and weren't out of that game despite being down by 20+. Found a way to get it closer and unfortunately just didn't have enough down the stretch.
All right, so Devin Booker last night scored 22 points. We'll dive in. We talked a little bit about Devin going off on the officiating. We'll dive into that a little bit more in the well, we may actually dive into that now because I want to get into once we get into the 5 o'clock hour, we're gonna be on the. We haven't even. It's like 4:47, and we haven't even gotten to the NFL draft quite yet. So,
I'm looking at a lot of people on stage right now. That's what I'm looking at.
A lot of people on stage in Pittsburgh.
They're doing the
I heard they were tailgating.
Flag ceremonies, yeah.
Yeah, they were tailgating for the NFL draft, as you would imagine they would. So let's dive in a little bit, and then we'll get some more Dragon Ball's thoughts in the next hour when he comes back. But let's first. I think we have play-by-play of this. Let's hear the play. Yeah. Let's hear the play that initiated Devin Booker getting quite perturbed with the whole situation.
Another Oklahoma City foul. Now Booker's going to go to the line for the first time in the quarter. It was 5 for 5 in the first half. And that's the other Jalen Williams, Jay Will, that picks up his second foul. And now a technical foul has been called. Yes. The official pointed at Jay Will, but they're just calling it on that. Booker was trying to save it, and because of how he saved the ball and it hit Jay Williams, they're calling it.
Why is that
Jalen Williams are calling a technical on that. He was just trying to save the ball.
Yeah, so Devin Booker gets called for a technical foul in the ball game, and needless to say, he was not happy one bit after the game. Let's hear what Devin Booker said. We'll play the whole. We'll just go ahead and play the whole thing here, J-Dub, because I believe it was Devin Booker and Jalen Green in the dual press conference together. Neither one of them was happy with the way that this game was officiated, but no more unhappy than one Devin Booker.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but even the broadcast was confused by your tech. What was the explanation that you got?
I still haven't got one. It's definitely something that has to be looked into. I heard Caruso tell him to call the tech, and, he ended up doing it. So that's one ref. In my 11 years, I haven't called a ref out by name, but James was terrible tonight, through and through. It's bad for the sport, bad for the integrity of the sport. People are going to start viewing this as a WWE, if they're not held responsible.
Similar thing for you on the offensive foul with Caruso, where you didn't get an explanation there either?
Look, how hard is that to play through?
It's hard. It just feels disrespectful. I know I haven't won a championship in this league, but I have been in it for 11 years now. So to get to this point, to be treated like that, for me to even be saying something out loud, it's bad.
Have you ever done something? I mean, have you ever? I don't think I can recall you talking about the officials.
Yeah, it's my first time in 11 years, but it's needed. Like I said, whatever I get fined for, everybody can pull the clips and see where the frustration comes from.
And just one more question. It seems like they said that they contested 16 of your 17 shots in game one. Do you feel like how many open shots do you feel like you've gotten in these first two games?
Not many. I'm not expecting to get any. I'm trying to use my gravity to, generate, better looks for my teammates, but at the same time still be aggressive. Like, only getting 14 shots up while playing 40 minutes is definitely not enough.
Jalen, I was going to ask you what you think of, Devin's frustration with how the officiating was going from getting the technical foul and seeing it from your perspective.
I feel like I said my opinion last game about how the refs been officiating. It's either you don't call it or don't call it. Call it both ways. But like Book said, it's the playoffs. We're on national TV. This is when you're supposed to let the players be aggressive and play everything out. So, I don't know.
Devin, one of the things Dylan just said, that when he used to watch the game when he was a kid, that physicality was welcome. Like, that was part of what the game is. Did you see it the same way when you were growing up, and how much has it changed from what you saw as a youngin' to what the game is played now?
Yeah, It has been, but I think the evolution of the games, guys have got more creative to, put the refs in a tough spot, to force them to call calls. But, the frustration is, the controllables that you weren't in here, but I was just speaking like that technical foul that Caruso called for the refs. I just played it back and watched the video. I still don't understand. And, this is, again, on live TV in the most crucial part of the season. And, little things like that just can't happen.
Devin Booker, Jalen Green after the game. So you heard him say James was terrible. Okay, so that's official. James Williams, he's a 14-year veteran of the NBA. He's worked over 750 games in the league. He's worked 56 playoff games coming into this season, so now 58. So he's a guy that's been around, and he's not a rookie. This is a guy that's refed in this league for a long time. But the interesting thing I thought there, J-Dub, was the belief that maybe the game is softer now than it was. Or there's a belief that the game is not, that they're not allowing the game to be physical anymore like they did, back in the 80s and the 90s where, we had the bad boys and all, and it was a much more physical brand of basketball in that era than we have right now.
I mean, I could do an hour talking about this, DK, but the problem Commissioner Silver has is that there's never been more talent in both the NBA and WNBA. But there's never been less accountability for the refs. And some of the refs, they have a little bit of an ego situation. That's not new. Like, that's been the case. You've seen refs, over the decades have some situations where they're show guys up. But there's no mechanism, DK. Right now, the offensive players have 100% of the power because they can jump into people. They can throw their heads back like they got shot, and they'll get the calls. That's the way they want. Remember the late 90s, early 2000s when teams were scoring in the 80s? Well, they don't want that anymore. So they want the offensive firepower. They want to showcase the talent and athleticism. But the issue is when a situation like that happens, clearly that was not a technical. Clearly Booker was just throwing the ball back in with no malicious intent. That's not who he is. There needs to be a mechanism for cooler heads to come, together. And the fact that Alex Caruso was the one who told the ref to call the tech. There was no tech.
Yeah.
And then Caruso appealed to the ref and then the tech. There has to be a way, a mechanism that doesn't delay the game forever, but a way for them to get it right. Right? That's all NBA fans want. That's all basketball fans want. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets to the line 20 times. Many of those are legit. Many of those are, again, because he's an expert at foul baiting and drawing fouls on players. So as far as the referees go, I don't have a problem with NBA refs in general. But when you get in those situations, DK, the physicality, we think of physicality in the 80s and 90s, guys who are 300 pounds banging on each other in the post. But nowadays, it's so perimeter-oriented. Much of the physicality comes on drives and off-ball stuff. And, you get in little chippy situations. Like some teams, Detroit's really tough. Houston's really tough. OKC, obviously, really tough team to play. It's hard to ref those games. But if you have a situation like that last night, they got to have a way to get it right. I don't care about egos and whatnot. Just swallow the whistle and figure out a way for you to come together, have the referees have a little huddle and a little powwow, and then decide, can we reverse this? Was that a bad call? And the refs not be so egocentric about the calls they made, because right now, NBA fans across the board have one singular problem with the NBA, and that's the officiating.
Yeah, and it was also bad to see, obviously, Jalen Williams go out of that game. He's had hamstring issues all season long. Missed a bunch of games with a right hamstring situation, 30 games this season. Injured his left hamstring in yesterday's game or last night's game, so we'll have to kind of see. He also had dealt with a wrist injury earlier this year as well. So hopefully Jalen Williams out of Gilbert Perry High School can be healthy enough to get back for the Thunder as they continue to try to get their run for a second consecutive NBA championship. All right, NFL draft begins at the top of the hour. Your Cardinals have the 3rd overall selection. We may get a pick while we are on the air here tonight. You never know. We might not get a pick. I would think we might get one, though, in the second half of our final hour. You'll hear from Monte Ossenfort, the general manager of the Cardinals, on
I got a question,
his
DK.
philosophy
If you're
coming
the
up.
number one, if you're the number one pick, why are you taking your full 5 minutes?
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. Maybe they're fielding maybe a few more final calls to see. Okay, do we want to? It's the Raiders, right? The Raiders have the first pick, and they're going to pick Mr. Mendoza. Is the expected way that's supposed to go?
Yes.
Yeah, you never know. The Raiders might be holding out to see if there's one more team that wants to throw them 6 first-round picks like the Cowboys did all those years ago. You never know. All right, DK, the sports tip. We're at the Bear Down Beach play wrapping up here. We'll let you know also the seedings for tomorrow when we come back. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
For the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. 5th Street Improvement Project between Country Club and Wilmot will not be fully done until mid-2027, but currently crews are out there milling and paving the south side of 5th Street between Country Club and Alvernon. That work for today will be done at 5 p.m., but it will continue again tomorrow at 7 a.m. with this section of the project set to be done sometime in October. For your weather, still sitting at about 82 degrees now as the cool down starts. Again, 72 degrees once we hit 9 o'clock. I'm John Walthy, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples. That was easy.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care and a community of grateful Wildcat fans as we say thank you and congratulations to Coach Lloyd and our Arizona Wildcats on a record 36 wins, Big 12 championship, and a trip to the Final Four. Thank you for another great year. For nearly 6 decades, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care has been an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. We've seen a long history of Wildcat teamwork and excellence, and we know Arizona drivers are counting on that same kind of service for their car's next championship drive to work, school, or back home again. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care will be there with affordable tires and award-winning service at 14 area locations. This month, we've got an entire page of online savings for Wildcat fans. Check out jackfurriers.com/bear down and save up to $140 on the tire brands you love, like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal, and even more championship savings on automotive service. Stop by, call ahead, or make an appointment online. We're ready to help. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Shh, here it comes. Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction, and the drilling is only during business hours. It's so loud.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money, getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor. It's plaster from your ceiling.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
At Kohl's, spring style starts with the season's best shoe sale and continues with 15% off the rest of your looks. But with great outfits from Kohl's, what happens next is unexpected. Strangers ask where you shop. The breeze feels like it's blowing just for you. Your kids pose for photos willingly. Yep, great spring outfits can do that kind of thing. Find yours at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offers end April 26th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya, guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And we're coming to you live from Bear Down Beach. It is the Big 12 Beach Volleyball Tournament here. Day one of action wrapping up here for the afternoon. Play started early this morning, so the Wildcats had a couple of the early matches. They were on the sand here this morning at 10:15 a.m. against TCU, and then again at 12:45 against Arizona State, rival Arizona State. Wildcats falling in both of their pool play games today. They will play tomorrow. We'll line up everything that's happening tomorrow coming up for you straight ahead. It is the 5 o'clock hour, though, and that means we have reached the NFL draft in America. Who will your team select tonight? It's about to get going in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Las Vegas, I should say. The Las Vegas Raiders have the first pick in the draft tonight. They are followed by the New York Jets. The Arizona Cardinals will have the third pick tonight, followed by the Tennessee Titans. The New York Giants, so both the New York teams picking in the top 5. Then my Cleveland Browns, followed by the Washington Commanders at 7. The Saints at 8. The Chiefs picking at 9 in the top 10. And then the Giants will have another pick as well at number 10 tonight. The Giants, the Browns, among several teams. The Chiefs also that have a pair of picks in the first round. The Jets also have 2 picks in the first round. The Carolina Panthers, we are the official Southern Arizona home of your Carolina Panthers. The Panthers will pick 19th tonight in the first round. They have just 1 pick in the first round of the NFL draft. We will bring you picks tonight, at least the first pick for sure. We'll also get you the Cardinals pick if that happens while we are still on the air, and we anticipate that it will happen. So we'll get you those picks coming up here very shortly. We do want you, though, to hear from Monte Ossenfort, the general manager of the Arizona Cardinals, on kind of how he's looking at the draft board and what his philosophy is coming into this most important night for franchises across the league. And I'm not sure if we have Monte Ossenfort there, but we'll come back to Monte Ossenfort and get his thoughts.
It's live.
Looking at,
dude, I'm doing 10 things at once. I can't record the NFL draft at the same time that I'm playing Monte Ossenfort, at the same time I'm playing you. I'm doing my best here.
Okay,
it's on the air.
Trade
Everything's
back.
good.
What is the premium that we're getting paid to move back?
The problem is I
And
cannot
then
pause.
If we do indeed move back,
I can't pause ESPN. It doesn't have a pause option, so I can't pause it. So I have to be recording it live if we want to play these bits at all.
And so you got to consider is the value of what you're giving up to move back, is that at a big enough level, okay? And if it is, great, that answers one question. But then I think the other part of that is, okay, if we drop back, are we going to be comfortable taking the player that is there, okay? And so, and that's a guesswork. Like, I have no idea, you talk, like when we dropped back, a couple years ago from 3 to 12, we had to be prepared to take the 12th player on our board, because who knows where we were going to end up. And so, I think a lot goes into those picks. And then I think the other way is when you're talking about moving up, wherever that round is I think really that's a little bit more clear cut, at least for, if you're sitting there and you're saying, hey, there's 3 guys on our board, we're 8 picks out, there's 3 guys on our board, you probably feel pretty good about one of those 3 guys making it in those 8 picks. And then you start talking about, hey, if there's like one guy that's left at a level that you would feel comfortable taking and we're still 8 picks out, well, now we better think about, okay, like if what's it going to cost us to jump up if we want to make sure to get this guy? And then that's when you got to weigh the cost of that versus staying and being kind of skunked and not having somebody that you're comfortable with taking with at that pick. So there's a lot that goes into it, and I think those discussions typically don't happen until, Thursday, Friday, Saturday when those options become reality. Because right now, everything's just an idea right now, and there's really nothing to consider until things become concrete.
Monte Ossenfort talking before the draft tonight. Again, the Cardinals will have the 3rd pick coming up. And that'll be coming up shortly here as we get set for action in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They have gone to where they move this draft around to the various NFL cities. It has been in Pittsburgh. We were in Green Bay last year, Cleveland a few years ago. Las Vegas has hosted the NFL draft, giving all these cities an opportunity to host this big event, and it is a fun one for sure. This will be one of the first times, however, that the number 1 pick will not be on the scene. Fernando Mendoza, not expected, is not in Pittsburgh tonight. He has opted to stay with his family and to view the draft at their home in Miami in a more of a family-style draft situation, and so that'll be something different, not having the number 1 pick in the green room. I cannot remember the last time that happened, but we will not have the number 1 pick in the green room tonight. So all indications, unless something transpires here in the next few minutes, is that the Las Vegas Raiders will in fact make Fernando Mendoza the top pick. 6'4", 236-pound quarterback out of Indiana. Just a phenomenal season this past year to help the Hoosiers win the national championship, something that no one thought that the Wildcats or that the Hoosiers could probably ever do 10 years ago. But in this new era of college football, they have been able to put themselves in a position where they have become the story in college football, quickly turning themselves around last year, the year before last actually, really putting themselves on the map, and then this year taking it all the way and winning the national championship. It has been fun to watch and fun for that program. Again, a team that is not a traditional, or has not been a traditional football school, for them to be able to do what they've done the last few years gives hope for all teams, gives hope for programs. We've said it before, gives hope for programs like the University of Arizona that maybe not traditionally all that great in football, all that consistently good in football, that have a chance that if you do things the right way and you put money into the programs, that you can have an opportunity to be that national champion in the sport that really runs most of these internal collegiate machines across the country. 520-848-1290 if you want to chime in on who you hope your team picks tonight. You can do so. 520-848-1290. As I mentioned, my team, the Browns, are on the clock at 6. Dragon Ball is a Steelers fan. His team is on the clock much lower at 21. Dragon Ball joins us back now. Dragon Ball, any thoughts on who you'd like your team to select here tonight?
Anything that's maybe a pass catcher at this point, because I know there's not a quarterback that's going to fall in the 20s that's going to be worth that pick in the first round. I would like to see them go for a receiver, maybe get a little bit of a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball, since that was something that was drastically missing in the offense last season. But that's more so what I'm looking at. Maybe an edge rusher would be nice if we can get one that's a good quality.
All right, what about are they taking Are they taking a quarterback tonight or not?
Probably not.
Okay. All right, well, we've got a pick, the first pick of the NFL draft. Let's find out what the Las Vegas Raiders are going to do.
Well, everyone kind of suspected it was going to be the quarterback out of Indiana. Not a whole lot of surprise on that.
Dragon Ball, what do you think about him deciding to spend the time with his family in Miami instead of being there?
I think that's the right choice to make because when you're in Las Vegas, there's going to be a lot of distractions, and it's better to go ahead and get the family time in now before you get to work in Las Vegas.
So there you go. Fernando Mendoza, the first pick in the NFL draft. Again, it is just a truly incredible story. Young man who was playing in the Pac-12 at Cal and was able to get to Indiana and really turn himself into quite the quarterback and lead that program. Again, a non-traditional program to the national championship. So now the Raiders have their quarterback and they have their running back as they took Ashton Genty in the first round last year. Do we think that means that the Raiders are going to be a good football team?
No, because they have no offensive line. And not only that, DK, but let's be honest here. The Raiders don't have a great track record with their first-round pick quarterbacks, considering the last time they picked number 1 overall, they went with Jamarcus Russell, which at the time seemed like it was a slam-dunk pick for the number 1 overall selection. And, Fernando Mendoza for right now is the slam dunk pick for number 1 this season, but we'll have to let the seasons go before we can go back and look and say, yeah, that was a good decision.
All right, so the New York Jets now are on the clock. The New York Jets have the second pick. A lot of folks believing that they'll go defense here. Possibly Arvell Reese could be the pick. David Bailey, the top 2 defensive linemen in this draft. Edge rushers, we'll find out. The Jets have about, I think it's 10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, first round, 10 minutes. 5 minutes. Well,
yeah, it's going fast.
Yeah,
they got 3 minutes and 55 seconds left.
Okay, when I'm a little bit behind then on the clock I'm seeing, which says 5:45. So we'll wait and see what the Jets have coming up here momentarily. All right, we'll get a break in here. We'll get the Jets pick. We do have an interview coming up, our last interview from here. Stephanie Rondon is going to join us, a member of the beach volleyball team who played a little bit at the beginning of the season before tearing her ACL for a third time. We're going to hear from her coming up as well before we are done here today. It is DK on the Sports Tip. Let's get Dragon Ball giving you your traffic and weather every 20 minutes on the 5s.
From the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Just a quick reminder, eastbound I-10 Tangerine Road off-ramp is closed through May the 1st. Travel can go and utilize Marana, Abbott Valley, or Twin Peaks roads to get off those ramps instead. Meanwhile, maintenance work on the Gulf Links Bridge at Pantano Wash is still ongoing. Again, travel restrictions, you're going to notice this mostly at near Camino Seco, but that's going to be in place 24/7 while crews work on one side of the bridge at a time, with work set to be done sometime in the end of June. Your weather's still sitting at about 82 degrees, so we're getting ready for the cool down here. Again, tomorrow, we're going to have a high of 88 for Friday. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. The only thing better than grabbing a Blizzard treat on a warm, sunny day would be snagging a second one for just 99 cents with the Blizzard Double Flip deal. It's buy one Blizzard treat, get another one for just 99 cents when you order in the DQ app. DQ. Happy tastes good. For limited time at participating U.S. locations.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Drats!
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we are wrapping things up here at the Bear Down Beach. It's the Big 12 Beach Volleyball Tournament. The Cardinals are on the clock. The pick is in. The Cardinals are on the clock, and the pick is in. David Bailey out of Texas Tech was the second overall pick. He went to the Jets. We actually had that on one of our boards for the
as they make their selection.
Westwood One.
There's been so much speculation about the possibility they go to the running back here. Is this?
I think we're going to hear shortly here the pick for the Cardinals.
It's coming up shortly.
Coming up here, so we'll tell you a little bit about David Bailey, 6'3", 251 pounds. Great defensive core. A lot of people figured that this was going to be the pick for the New York Jets to get the best defensive player out of the Big 12 last season on the team that won the Big 12 football championship. So what do the Cardinals do here? Do they go running back? Jeremiah Love being seen on the screen right now, nation's best running back out of Notre Dame, could be a pick here for the Arizona Cardinals. Do they go defense? Maybe they take Arvell Reese here out of Ohio State University to continue to bolster that defense. You're kind of in transition at quarterback. The Jacoby Brissett doesn't want to report yet until he has a deal. The Cardinals pick is in. Let's find out who's coming to Arizona.
To the podium to announce pick number 3. The Arizona Cardinals fans standing in anticipation.
With the third pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame.
There you go. Jeremiah Love is the pick for your Arizona Cardinals. What do you feel about that? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame, 6 foot, 212 pounds, coming off 2 extremely productive seasons, an explosive runner who possesses great burst and acceleration with the ability to create separation early and top-end speed. Jeremiah Love, the pick for your Arizona Cardinals. I mean, I'm not unhappy with that selection right there. You'd love to have a great running back. This was a guy, I remember I watched the late season game between Notre Dame and Southern California, and this young man was running away from the Trojans for sure. Extremely productive at the college level, complete skill set, playmaker, very much matched a lot about a lot of folks believe that he's a carbon copy of Reggie Bush back in the day, so that would kind of put him also in that conversation with a Bijan Robinson type of skill set, a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield as well as run it. So Jeremiah Love, an Arizona Cardinal tonight, as the Cardinals had the third pick in the draft.
Probably their biggest issue last year, right, DK? Because didn't they have 4 running backs go down in the first couple of weeks?
Yeah, they did. Well, James Conner went down, and that was kind of the beginning of a whole lot of other guys playing and not having a whole lot of success at that position. So it was definitely a position of need for the Arizona Cardinals, and they filled it right away with that number 3 overall pick. So the Tennessee Titans are now on the clock. Jeremiah Love getting his big hug, getting the commissioner's hug, as a lot of these young men do after becoming first-round picks. So there you go, the second, and the third-round picks in the house tonight, but not the first-round pick. Look at him. This was a play. They're showing a play now where I think this was against Indiana, from the 1-yard line, just shot through a hole and ran away for a 99-yard touchdown. Jeremiah Love. That is the explosive power that you can get from this young man.
Pretty close look at Reggie Bush. Like, what's your thought on that comparison?
Bigger. I think he's a little bit bigger than Reggie. Reggie, I thought, was a little bit of a smaller back. I don't think Reggie was maybe 5'10", 5'11", not much smaller, but Jeremiah Love, to me, runs with a lot more explosive power than Reggie Bush. Reggie was really pure speed, But Jeremiah Love has that power. You can run him. I never really thought at the next level that you could run Reggie Bush between the tackles. He was always going to be one of those guys that was maybe going to be more of an outside back. But I think you can run Jeremiah Love between the tackles. He's that kind of running back. He's much more like, I think, the as we mentioned earlier, the Bijan Robinson type running back who you can run between the tackles more so than I thought Reggie Bush was coming out of college at the University of Southern California. So there you go. Jeremiah Love, the pick for your Arizona Cardinals at number 3. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Chime in your thoughts on our YouTube channel. If you're watching right now, give us your thoughts on what you think of the pick for your Arizona Cardinals there, or the team that you follow. If you're a fan of the Raiders, if you're a fan of the Jets, so what did you think of those picks to start the draft there? All right, we're going to hear in the next segment from Stephanie Rondon, one of the members of the Arizona Beach Volleyball team. But before we do that, I just want to go over because we've wrapped up play here for the day out here at Bear Down Beach. So I want to give you all the final scores first and then set you up for what we've got tomorrow here in single elimination play. So the day opened with Florida State. They are the number 1 seed in this tournament, beating Boise State 4-1. TCU, number 2 seed, beat Arizona 4-1. South Carolina, I believe, was number 4 seed in the tournament. They knocked off Boise State by a score of 4-1. Arizona State knocked off Arizona. Arizona State was the 3 seed. Arizona State knocked off Arizona 4-1. Fourth time this year the Sun Devils have beaten the Wildcats. Florida State then knocked off South Carolina 4-1. A lot of 4-1s today. So Florida State won both of their matches. They are the number 1 seed coming out of the A bracket, the affiliates bracket. And the final match of the day was TCU over Arizona State 4-1. So the defending champions, the defending national champions, win both their games in pool play. So here's what you're going to have tomorrow. So the Wildcats are the number 3 seed in Pool B. They're going to play the number 2 seed in Pool A, and that's South Carolina. That'll be at 9 a.m. tomorrow. 9 a.m. tomorrow. The next match will be the 2 seed in Pool B. That's ASU, and they will play Boise State. So those will be the first 2 matches. Your number 1 seeds get the byes tomorrow in the single elimination round. So the winner of the match between South Carolina and Arizona will play Florida State in the 11:30 match tomorrow, and then the winner of the match between ASU and Boise State will play TCU in the second semifinal tomorrow. That'll be at 1 o'clock, and then the winners that come out of matches 9 and 10 will be in the championship match, which will be here tomorrow at 3:30 at Bear Down Beach. Again, Florida State is the favorite. TCU, the defending national champions, are number 2. So that's what we'll have coming up for you tomorrow. The Wildcats guaranteed at least 1 match, and if you want to see them play, could be their final match of the season. They'll be on the beach here tomorrow to open things up at 9 a.m. against South Carolina. The Gamecocks, I had a chance to chat with one of the USC. I never call them USC because they call themselves USC, but I had a chance to chat with one of the South Carolina dads here earlier. Just really impressed he was with the facility and the way the event was run, having a good time out here watching his daughter play, and they'll take on the Wildcats tomorrow. So come on out here, another full day of matches here at the Big 12 Beach Volleyball Tournament tomorrow. The automatic bid on the line, and Wildcats would need to win 3 times to steal that bid and get it would be just their second trip to the NCAA tournament. All right, let's give you your Casino del Sol replay here for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, we're going to let you hear your replay here. We got Stephanie Rondon coming up after the break. Steve Walker, the head coach of your Arizona Beach Volleyball team, joined us earlier. The Wildcats won the first set in 4 of the 5 matches against ASU, but could not finish, losing by a count of 4-1 to the Sun Devils. Steve said that's kind of been the modus operandi for his team this year. They get off to fast starts, but they can't close out matches. I asked him what's missing in this team's ability to finish out those matches.
Just patience, David. And this really stems from not only experience in these competitions, but what these student athletes do in the off season, and what you're seeing, what you will always see. The teams that win in Gulf Shores, those players just have a vast amount and have the hundreds and hundreds of hours of experience and in critical moments and in live situations. This year for us, it's been a little bit of a reboot. The last couple of years, we've been more injured than we ever have, and we still put together some really, really good seasons. This year, as you can see, the conference is elite. No other conference can say all the teams participating in their conference championship are ranked.
Right.
And so, we take great pride in that, and the team's upset by it. So we're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to do our very best to put the finishing touches on some of these close sets. And really, it's just trying not to rush to a finish. And I don't really know how else to explain it. We just got to be patient in those moments and put the finishing touches on the game.
You mentioned
today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, Wildcats hoping to maybe finish in their match tomorrow against South Carolina. That would be a nice win if they could get that win over South Carolina tomorrow to get to the matchup with Florida State. Then you got a shot to play one of the best teams, the number 1 seed in this tournament, and one of the best teams in the country, coming in here at number 4 overall. And you take your chances if you can beat a South Carolina and beat a Florida State and get to the championship, and then you might have a shot to play against the defending national champions and get a win there. Just for to let you know, in terms of this season, the Wildcats, I'll let you know here how many times they played TCU this season. They played them, I don't think actually that they played them once earlier in the year at the GCU Invitational. That was a Big 12 matchup. And they lost 4-1. So that appears to be the only time they played TCU this season. So maybe you win a couple, you get a chance to play them. Obviously, they played them earlier today and lost 4-1, so they've played them twice. You get a third shot at them. Maybe the third time is the charm. But got to beat South Carolina to begin that path tomorrow at 9 a.m. DK on the Sports Tip. Arizona baseball coming up top of the hour. Brian Jeffries at High Corbett Field. One more segment to go. We're going to chat with Stephanie Rondon, who won the Inspiration Award at the Catsies earlier this week. You'll hear her story when we come back. Dragon Ball getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Traffic at Alvernon and Grant down to 1 lane in each direction with no left turns permitted. Columbus Boulevard north of Grant and Dodge Boulevard north of Grant are both open, but Columbus and Dodge south of Grant both remain closed. Also, traffic on Grant Road east of Country Club to Swan impacted by widening work there. Your weather currently sitting at about 81 degrees, continuing the cool down, going down to 72 at 9 p.m. I'm Brian Wealthy, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
You're close to your journey's end. You're winning half the battle, and then it happens. A rattle. You got this. Just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found Tax Relief Advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2859. 800-488-2859. That's 800-488-2859.
Supplier pricing is happening right now at O'Reilly Chevrolet during Truck Month. That means big savings across our lineup. Take up to $4,000 off the 2026 Colorado, up to $5,500 off the 2026 Silverado HD, and up to $10,000 off the 2026 Equinox EV. Supplier pricing is going on right now, so don't miss your chance to save. Find us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. Ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, that was our exit. We're gonna miss the first pitch.
Just gotta make a stop at Fry's. I promised I'd bring nachos.
Nice. You have the Upside app too, right?
Upside? What's that?
Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy groceries. And they just added Fry's stores in the Tucson, Sierra Vista area.
Wait, I can get money back just for buying groceries?
Yep. And right now you can get an extra $10 bonus on your first Fry's trip with the app. That's up to $25 cash back on one grocery run.
Even this Fry's store right here?
Yes. Now pull over. Let's get some cash back on those nachos.
Upside is now available for Fry's stores in the Tucson, Sierra Vista area. Download the free Upside app and use promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase at Fry's. That's promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code AZ3.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management. As a boutique fiduciary investment firm, our clients have trusted us to guide them down their financial paths for decades. Whether you are an individual or family, business, foundation, or nonprofit, we are committed to your long-term goals and financial futures. We are proud supporters of the Tucson community and all that makes our city so special. Visit online at meridianwealthllc.com to learn more about Meridian today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino, your online casino for plays, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. The NFL Draft takes over Pittsburgh tonight, and you need to know these two names, Arvell Reese and David Bailey. One of those two players will be drafted second overall, but it's neck and neck for who? I'm Drake Toll.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
today on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
We have a trade. We are wrapping up play out here today at the Beach Volleyball Championships for the Big 12, and we are pleased to be joined by one of the young ladies from the Arizona Beach Volleyball team that won a CATSI this week at the annual end-of-the-year awards for Arizona Athletics. Her name is Stephanie Rondon. She is from San Juan, Puerto Rico, a junior who has dealt with a number of injuries throughout her career, ACL injuries, and was not able to play this season. Stephanie, appreciate you, first of all, taking some time to join us. What did you have any idea you had a shot to win that award this week?
No. There was a lot of competition there, but I'm really thankful that I get recognized because of that, and I get to inspire a few of my teammates and other friends. So it's really an honor.
So tell us about you and how you ended up here at the University of Arizona.
Wow. So I started playing when I was like 9, 10.
Okay.
And
Indoor and sand?
Indoor
or just
and sand.
Okay.
And once COVID hit, everything indoor was closed. So we just started playing beach only, and there was nothing in Puerto Rico, so we decided let's go travel. Classes are online, so there's no issue there. That's when Steve Walker saw me and gave me the opportunity. So that's how I finished here.
So that's interesting. So because of COVID, you decided to travel. So were you traveling mostly throughout the United States playing in events?
Yes. So we mostly started in Florida, and then we went in the summers in California where all the scouts were. In my junior and senior year, I did have the opportunity to represent Puerto Rico with Adriana Nieves. We went to Cuba for an Open Norseca and to a 19U in Turkey.
So tell me about volleyball in Puerto Rico. Is it a popular sport there?
Yes, it is a very popular sport. You would be surprised.
Were there other females in your or even men in your family that had played? Or
yes, my father, he did play.
Oh, wow.
He also played for Puerto Rico, and he played pro in Puerto Rico as well.
Oh, wow.
My mom, she just played in high school. My dad is mostly the volleyball
athlete.
fan here.
He's the volleyball. So do you remember when you first met Steve, what's the first thing Steve said to you that kind of started the path that, oh, maybe Arizona's a place I might want to go to college?
Well, I did. The thing that made him be in front of everyone else is he's very detailed, and he will make sure that you're taken care of. So he really made sure that I knew that my academics were going to be taken care of, and my medical part will be taken care of. My scholarship was going to be taken care of. So I knew I was going to be okay if whatever happens, and it's been proven. I tore my ACL 3 times, and he still supports me. So, yeah.
So now, when was the first time you tore your ACL?
On my freshman year in February 2024.
Oh, wow.
I played the whole fall preseason, and once February hit, I tore my ACL there.
Okay. So February 2024, so that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yes.
So then when did you get back from that?
I got back on November 2024, 9 months.
So 9 months. Okay, so then when did the second injury occur?
January 2025.
Oh, jeez.
Back to back here.
So just walk me through that second injury when you knew it had happened again and how you felt in that moment.
You know, it's funny because of my first injury, I did not know that I tore my ACL. I go hit a ball, I feel a pop, I hear a pop, my partner also hears the pop, and we're like, oh, that was weird. I don't feel normal, but it doesn't hurt. Once I start walking, I start limping, and that's when it starts like failing. I'm like, oh, something's wrong. Tore my ACL. The second time, I did jump, I feel the pop, and I fell, and that's when the tears just started coming out because I instantly knew I tore my ACL. I'm going to have to go through this process all over again, and I was even thinking of medically retiring in that moment because I was like, I can't do this again. I am thankful I did try again. If not, I wouldn't have been able to play a few of the season games, so yeah.
So you got back this year, and you mentioned you got to play.
Yes.
What was that like to be out there early in the year?
It was amazing. I got to play with Adriana again. That was such an honor, and it was so much fun. We used to play in the pairs 3s. I played the red and blue. I did the GCU, the first home tournament here, and I did another one. I don't remember which one. But yeah, it was fun.
And then was it a match or practice where the third injury occurred?
The third injury, it was practice where I felt something and it got swollen. We thought it was going to be a muscle sprain or something else, not an ACL. Because, like I said, I'm fine. I'm not limping. I don't have to wear a brace. But anyways, the doctor told me to get an MRI and positive ACL. So yeah.
Same knee, all
Same
three
knee.
times.
Same knee.
That's
No,
crazy.
The first one was my right knee,
Oh, so,
and then
okay.
the other two were my
So
left.
the right once and the
Yes.
left twice.
Yes.
So then at that point you made the decision that to medically retire.
Yeah. I mean, 3 times back to back to back. Maybe if you give me 1 year, but it was just brutal. So.
Stephanie Rondon is our guest. She's a junior, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Okay, so you still have, about a year plus left of your education here?
Yes, that is
correct. So what will that year look like for you? I would imagine you'll still be – are you on full scholarship? How does that work with Beach? Are you on partial?
I am still in scholarship, yes. I have 2 years and a half.
Okay.
Sorry, 2 years. I don't know why I said and a half. I do biomedical engineering, major with a minor in data science and statistics. So I'm just going to be doing that. We're focusing on my career path. Maybe in the future, give me 2 or 3 years, I might play again. I don't know what the future holds up for me, so maybe. It's a big question mark.
Steve had said maybe he might he might have you coaching with him at some point. Is that something you think maybe you might want to do?
I would accept the offer. I do love being here, and if it's a way to collaborate and support the team, then I would definitely do it for sure.
What have you loved most about being a Wildcat, being out here in Tucson?
Oh, the teammates, the friendships I made with my teammates. They're amazing girls. I don't think I have an issue with any of them. And also, not only my teammates, everyone here in athletics everyone is so kind and so respectful. I think we all support each other, and that's the big thing about the Wildcat family. We're all in this together, you know. And as you can see, I won the Inspirational Award. They all support me in this, so it's amazing. Yeah.
You're doing some great things away from the athletic venue. You're with student advisory, the Student Athlete Advisory Council. What have you done there? What's your role there?
Well, I'm a participant in the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and I just help make decisions for Arizona and like Big 12 decisions. What I have a bigger role in is in Team Impact, where we help children with illnesses be part of NCAA team.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty fun. They get to, like, participate on these events. They just get to be part of it, you know, because they'll never get the opportunity. So, it's pretty awesome.
So how many young people have you all had a chance to bring out here to beach volleyball? Do they come out to games? Is that how that works?
We used to have a kid with our team. We don't have anymore. But I know the cheer squad has one, the softball has one, football has one. Their matches, and they get to be with the team, be in the celebrations, be in the sidelines. So it's pretty special for them.
And you said your degree is biomedical?
Yes, engineering.
Engineering.
Correct.
So what do you want to do with that if you don't become a coach?
I do want to continue working with athletes in any way. So I've been thinking prosthetics, maybe physical therapy in the future.
Right.
More in the science part, maybe more ACL research. This is definitely a mystery. I know I'm not the only one. I know there's a lot of people that are the ACLs. So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds up for me, but that's the plan.
Where do you think you'll settle? Do you think you'll go back to Puerto Rico? Will you settle East Coast?
Big question mark
Florida?
still. Big question mark still. I wish I could go to Puerto Rico, but if the opportunity is here, the opportunity is here, and I have to take it. So.
Outstanding. Well, Stephanie, congratulations.
Thank you.
On winning that award and having the ability to come here and compete for the University of Arizona. And we know that there are great things in your future, and we look forward to seeing what those great things are.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Stephanie Rondon, roll those R's, DK, for sure. Great to have an opportunity to chat with her and to find out a little bit about her career here at the University of Arizona. She is going on to some really great things, I can tell you that, whether it's biomechanical engineering or becoming a coach maybe in the sport that she loves. All right, wrapping up our show here today from the beach, Bear Down Beach. We want to update you on where we are here in the draft. We had a trade. The Browns traded out of that number 6 pick. They traded it to the Chiefs. So the Chiefs went up from 9 to 6. They took Mansour Delane. First of all, I'll let you know the Giants at number 4 after the Cardinals. Carnell Tate went number 4 out of Ohio State, the wide receiver to Tennessee. Arvell Reese, the other Ohio State player, the linebacker, projected in the first round, went number 5 to the New York Giants. Then Mansour Delane, taken by the Chiefs, the LSU cornerback at number 6. Sonny Styles, how about that? 3 Ohio State players in the first 7 picks. OHIO. Sonny Styles to the Washington Commanders. Now on the clock are the Saints. The Saints will have the 8th pick coming up here, and then the Browns at 9, followed by the Giants again at number 10. That's where we stand so far here in the draft. All right, we are going to be sending you momentarily to Arizona baseball with Brian Jeffries. Now, Luke Flotta is actually getting the start tonight for the Wildcats, not Owen Kramkowski. Luke Flotta only threw 53 pitches in the game on Sunday against Kansas State, so he will get the start. 3 innings, allowed 4 runs on 4 hits. He gets the start, and I would imagine that's probably to keep your 2 best pitchers, Owen Kramkowski and Smith Bailey, on their normal regiments, their normal time frame, Friday and Saturday. So Luke Flotta will get the start tonight, 2-1, a 5.58 ERA. He'll be opposed by Waylon Crane, 1-2, a 6.21 earned run average. Game 1 of a 3-game series, 6 o'clock tonight, 6 o'clock tomorrow, and noon on Saturday. We'll be live at the High Corbett Field tomorrow ahead of Game 2 to get you set. We're scheduled to chat with Smith Bailey tomorrow on the show. That's going to wrap things up from here. Thanks to Steve Walker for joining us, beach volleyball coach here at the University of Arizona. We also had from the beach volleyball team Stephanie Rondon, who you just heard, as well as Ashlyn Zillikin and Madeline Walker. For Dragon Ball, for J.W. Madden, for cricket, who is off, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thanks to the crew out here. We had Lilo, we had Riley, we had Mia out here on site with us today. Thanks to them as well. Thanks to you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 3 o'clock from High Corbett. DK on the Sports Tip. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together, sponsored by Red Wing Shoes. Accident with injuries over at South Houghton Road and East Valencia Road. Valencia is seeing a lot of backup east and westbound here. One to watch out for, East Grant Road and North First Avenue. Big crash here. A lot of backup here. This is a crash with injury. Eastbound Grant particularly seeing most of the backup. For your weather, currently sitting at about 80 degrees here, getting down to 72 at 9 p.m. I'm Dragon Ball with the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
You're close to your journey's end. You're winning half the battle, and then it happens. A rattle. You got this. Just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Red Wing Shoes and Boots, purpose-built footwear for work done right the first time. Come visit our Oracle and Auto Mall and Broadway and Alvernon locations. Ask about the ultimate fit experience. Red Wing, get the right boot right here, as tough as the people who wear them.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is here and we've already experienced hot weather. Is your air conditioner ready for the long hot summer? For the month of April, Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing will be offering a $99 home wellness plan for all new customers. This includes your spring maintenance, fall maintenance, and a plumbing maintenance. Call now, 520-492-0748, or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Swing into spring with $145,000 in cash and prizes only at Casino Del Sol. Every week, you could win up to $1,000 in free play and win an invitation to the grand finale on May 29th, where $20,000 in cash and prizes is up for grabs. Don't strike out. Stop by for your free daily entry ticket and get in on the action. Join us for drawings every Friday and Sunday at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. only at Casino Del Sol, an enterprise of the Pascua Yaqui tribe.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Drats!
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya. Hooray! That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Bar, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobartucson.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available